welcome to Esoteric Warrior. It's your boy Sifu G, and just a quick update. The book, the biggest and baddest book on Bak Mei Kung Fu, is out from Ngor Bak Mei Pai, Esoteric Warrior. That's on Lulu. Already people have received it, and I am getting lots of great reviews and emails. Some have said it is the most in-depth book of martial arts of this era. Now that's a huge compliment. That's off a few people. The DMAC, everything that's in there is next level. It's a massive book. I'll be receiving mine this week, and I'll be doing a breakdown. Yeah, can't wait. So Chris and I like to say thank you to everyone that has bought the book. We really do appreciate it. So this little clip, I'm going to be showing the Bak Mei cotton palm, the Minjung of Bak Mei that's in the book. Sometimes photos don't tell the 1,000 words because it's an internal feeling, and there's two different types of palm training in the book. The regular iron palm, the Tijong, and the Minjung, the cotton palm. So you got one hard iron palm and one belongs to the soft school of iron palm. And the cotton palm of Bak Mei was said to be a specialty skill, and it belongs to, like I said, the soft doesn't mean it's soft in application. It's it uses a hit and then a rub effect. So it's from a close range. If you put your fingers on the person, that's where the cotton palm is used, because the techniques are completely different, or the strikes are completely different to the iron palm, right? So most people that do iron palm know right? But they do it here, right? On the slap bag. I don't like that method. I believe it actually does not progress you at all. It may harden the hand, but it's not teaching you any realistic ways to use it. So I always have my bag, my old bag, you old bastard, my bag at around my height here, so I can attack the heart and the head in a realistic fashion. Originally, and in the book, I teach it the original way that it was taught, but the way I teach it, this is not in the book, so this is a special gift from myself and Chris, showing the way that I do it, on the way I do it. And how I do it is much more enjoyable, of course, because that's what it comes down to. I'm all about the combat side, and attacking the points, and you know. So you always want to get your tita gel, rub it into your hands, massage it. I've already had some on. The original, or the normal Tijong iron palm slapping method, there's nothing wrong with it, right? If you master that and do it this way, if I'll do it the way I just showed you, like this, where the bag's high and you're actually throwing your power in as if you're really fighting, rather than this way, then there's nothing wrong with that. You'll actually be really good, very powerful. Although the cotton palm is a complete different energetic makeup of delivery of the power. Whilst the regular iron palm you get to wind up and hit and hit and hit like this. Sure, you can make it very tight and small circle, but the energy is not there for that, in my honest opinion, to the highest level of, we're talking Ging, right? Iron palm in itself, which covers everything, cotton palm, burning palm. These are all specialty skills under iron palm. The delivery system of the Minjung is all about coiling to release and pulsing and grinding with the hands. So once you make contact, you grind, and then that will contract the muscles. Proper technique if you're soaring, right? And it will teach you all about the 4 different wrist powers: up, down, in, out, or if it's this way, right? So it's working all, the whole body's incorporated rather than you just rising and falling. So the unique part of the Bak Mei way of the cotton palm is all about understanding how to coil and release the force, right? So it's not just about conditioning, it's also about how to strike it using the correct way to hit, rather than just whacking away and that's good enough for some. But try this, it's in the book, but you might be able to see how I move a little bit better than inside the book. So I'll just give you, so the first one is you're dropping your yin palm on, and then you're going to coil. And it's not just the arm coiling, you've got to start to coil your body, right? So when you hit, just say that was the chest, we're talking dim mak, and that was heavy, it can give the heart palpitations and skip beats, or shut it down depending on where you've hit and so forth. And that's the whole reason why the dim mak, because this is all about dim mak, right? At the end of the day, right? We're not just conditioning, we're also looking at the target of choice and understanding. Even if it's only 5 different strikes, you got 5 different areas to hit. 3 different gates of the body: low, medium, and high gate, right? So once you start to work out with the knowledge on your size of your opponent, those points are going to shift as well. But if you're doing it at the same height, try and replicate yourself, because that's the easiest way to do it. Right, so you'll get your hand on it, starting with your palm face down. Now, I won't put my hand up in case it's blocking, but you want to have a free, I think my camera's about to die, you want to have a free line of power and kinematic force unhindered, rather than you're too close. So you got to find that happy medium on how to throw this, and depending on your understanding of the tongue toll that's used in Bak Mei will define how good your skill is, right? So over time and years of training to develop a certain type of force by doing this exercise, right? So it was a specialty skill, so it must have been a very important thing. And according to Grandmaster Du Wei, when he taught me this, it was. Alright, enough talk. So I'll just put my hand on my hip. Good structure, good width in your stance. Your line of your target should be in line with your hip and your feet. Right? And you're just going to use your, in the book it talks about the Sifu G, right? There's 2 different types, the Su and the large, right? The small Sifu Dai Sap Ti Ging. Again, the understanding of that within yourself, and if you've been following the exercises of developing that, all this will start to make sense, right? So imagine training everything correctly, grip strength, starting with your fingers and grip strength, into your fist and palms, your bridge, and so forth. You would be a beast, right? So I've given everything I possibly could from the beginner to the highest level. Even the beginner's level is still the highest level stuff in there. So don't skip through, and unless you're serious, try and go step by step and enjoy it, right? Enjoy the practice and experience it, rather than, oh, I'm going to do the Phoenix High today, oh, that looks cool, shit, and then you just muddle it up. We've put it in a sequential order of training from the beginning. Before you do any of the iron palm, you'd be doing all those arm circles and the figure eights. And what that does is open up the chest cavity, the ribs, all the muscles get warmed up, and more freer chest, because all that swinging opens up the front, back and sides of the chest, right? All those muscle groups, they keep us tight. We want to loosen up. So those spinning arm circles and figure eights, they are an old skill of iron palm, right? Because it gets the blood and chi down to the extremities of the hand. So the faster you spin, the more chi, more blood comes down, the thicker and stronger and more charged it will feel. That's again another feeling. So palm on, and you're going to use, like I said, a pulse or a wave, not just lift up and hit. You want to allow, see how it's allowing, this wave action allows the hand to come up, and like I said, if you can touch the person, you can hit the person, right? Right, so that's what we're trying to do, is from there to go boom, right? So from here, whip, right? And you use your body to flip it, not just your arm like this, like that. So the body will generate the force and push it in to it, right? So the speed and power comes from my toes, and I talk about the toes in the book and why we start from the fucking feet up, right? The toe power, armpit power, something that's not very talked about, and it's a big thing in combat, right? Biggest thing to understand. Little toes, but that's what keeps us stable, right? Think about. So pulse. Now, once that hits the chest, then it's going to rub. So you're going to feel this rubbing action, and that should start to coil backwards, right? As it coils, then you're going to stamp using the palm of heel into the bag. If it was higher, like this, you can cut down on the peg using that little bone on the edge of your palm, and it kills. It will kill. Right, so whip it in, rotate and rub that pressure point and vibrate that into it. Then palm heel. Then grind up, right? So whip and then saw. Notice how I'm really now starting to push and hit in, like that. So I'm hitting and still keeping that contact. I'm not just pulling it away and in, like that. So relax it, one, Now cut back with the willow leaf, and again talking about the wrist power, right? Like using your body to hit and try to break the collarbone, bicep, jaw, right, straight in the face, right? Again, this little bone, one of the best tools. I've demonstrated. You just take out the arm like that, straight, it just splits right through the muscle, straight to the dimmer point, right, or pressure point. So from here, I'm gonna just nice and slow coil and see how it pull back like this. Now I claw with my Fujao, and I'm going to try and pull, and once I feel that resistance, I let go and straight back to the whole palm. I'm about to die, so if so, thank you everyone. Go to our Lulu and get the book. It is the best book you will ever buy, absolutely. One more time before this dies. Right, whip. Notice how I pull back, like this. And I saw in, I use the ribs, the deep what, and I close, push from the armpit power with that. Right, as I saw, pulling back with a Fujao, and then a short release as if you've grabbed someone's shirt, and then straight back in. Right, so it's about touching and hitting. If I'm stuck like this close, I can coil, and this will create that little bit of space for me to hit. Alright, so I hope that helps, and if you do it from here, you can see how my body, I'm using a pulsing action like a creeper, caterpillar. Then once that's hit, that will rub, boom, then slide up, cut back, see how the fingers are on, and then like this. And once that hits, slide it, because you want to saw across someone's bridge, right, and use this right through. And if you've got all this type of skill, you got that sensitivity as well, and that rubbing also helps with the muscle on the hand, not just smashing it to a pulp, or actually getting different parts of the hand by that rubbing that we don't usually get. Right, so one more time here. Like that. Alright, so that is how the cotton palm works, from contact to coiling power and then genjaking. Tao Bless, Esoteric Warrior, Sifu G is out. The best book on Bak Mei, the best book in martial arts is out right now. Go to Lulu, the link is in the description. It is worth gold, and that one book will last you your whole life of being healthy, fit, and hard as Bak Mei. Peace out.